So now we've pitched the roof, we're nearly finished. Originally it was going to be a flat roof, but we looked at it and realised that it wasn't going to look as good. So we decided to put a small pitch on the front and the side, a little mono pitch going onto the flat roof. And we've left quite a big opening for the skylight or roof light. We originally were going to just double up the roof joist. So rather than just having 2, we've had to go 3 because of the strength, because it's quite a big roof light. It's about 3 metres by 2.4. So it's quite heavy, and because of that we've tripled up all the timbers around the opening to take the weight of the roof light. We've also finished off by putting some of the timbers from the flat roof into the webs of the steel, and that just ties everything together, strengthens it, obviously stops any movement. In order to create a bit more strength and tie the flat roof and mono pitch into the steel, we run this from the flat roof, from this end into the web of the steel. Now the web of the steel is smaller than 8 inches, so what we've done, this is our template that we just use as a marker. So we've cut this, as you can see, as a slight bevel here, and that's to go into the flange where the web is. So all this simply does, it sits flat roof into the web of the steel, which ties everything in, gives it more structural support and makes the whole roof with the steels as one. So with the roof lantern, roof light, different manufacturers have different spec and guidelines how they want us, the builder, to build it for them to come and house it when it's made. And in this example, we've got the opening size, which I said is about 3 metres by 2.4. So on the flat roof itself, we built an upstand all the way around, which the lantern sits on top of. And in this example, they've asked for a 6-inch upstand all the way around. So it's 6 inches off the flat roof and it's 4 inches wide. So when we get up there later, we'll be able to see how we weather that. So you've got your upstand with your flat roof here, and we actually take the felt up on top like that, and then the roof light sits all the way along, so it's completely weathered in. Even though it is a flat roof around the roof lantern, you can't have it completely flat, because obviously when it rains the water will just puddle. So what we do is we cut these things called furrings, and we work out the fall we want across the shorter area and the wider areas. And for example, this one we've ripped down from 1 inch all the way down to nothing. And then these sit on here underneath these boards. So when the boards go on, the water's going to run off into the gutter that we've got on the back of the extension. These boards then go on top, which is structural OSB, 3/4 inch. Then we cut an upstand, which sits around here. So when this is all down, the felt literally sits on top here, which is where the roof lantern goes. It comes down here and then runs in there. So the whole thing's watertight. Once that's done with all the different layers of felt, the roof lantern literally just sits on top, and then we bead of silicone and the whole thing's watertight. So when we were here last time, we had the furrings on the rafters. Then we've got the OSB. This is the first layer, and this is your 3B tack down sheet. On top of this, you've got your 2mm underlay, and then your final one is your mineral capping sheet, which will be the final layer, which will create the perfect seal all over the roof. What we've come down here, which is the little mono pitch, rafters underneath here. So you can see this is just breathable felt. That goes on, then the size of the rafter is dependent on the pitch of the roof, so which size tile we use. This is 18 by 35. This is just nailed on the rafters, as you can see, and then simply the tiles just fit on top of that all the way around the mono pitch of the extension. You can see here this first layer of felt is torched on. Second one we use little tacks, about 1 inch usually size. We tack that on, then the top layer is torched on. So this entire thing is then as one, which creates the perfect waterproof system all the way around, and then any water will run down with your furrings onto the tiles and into the guttering. So we're back up on the roof. We're pretty much done, ready for the roof lantern to be fixed. Last time we were up here, we had the first layer on. We've got the second layer underneath this, which is the underlay, and then this has been torched on the top layer. So this has now been run in up to the top where the lantern's going to go on. And under here on the edge, we've run some lead, code 3 lead, which has come up to about here, which we've tacked down, and then we've used a primer which has enabled us to torch down the top layer of felt, which creates a runoff for the water onto the pitch roof.